guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jade Alexia, and first I want to apologize for missing an upload on Sunday. You know, things have just been kind of crazy. I kind of lost track of the days, to be honest with you. Sunday came around so much quicker than I thought it was going to, and I was completely unprepared to record a video for you guys. But that's okay because I'm here today, and today's video is going to be about Howard University, my beloved school, the Mecca, whatever you want to call it, Howard. And I'm going to be talking to the class of HU24. So let's get into this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. Follow me on Instagram at Jade_Pinnock, and let's get right into this video. Okay, y'all, so a couple of HU24 students have reached out to me on Instagram and have just been asking me a couple of questions, and I realized that, you know, y'all don't really have much guidance. Y'all didn't get to come to Accepted Students Day. I don't think there will be Bison prep this year because of the coronavirus. So me, along with I'm sure a lot of other Howard YouTubers, Howard Instagram people, have just been trying to answer your questions as much as we can. So I just wanted to record this video for you guys, answering a bunch of y'all's questions, raw and uncut. So if y'all see me kind of looking at my notes, it's because there's a lot of things that I want to say, and I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. Okay, so the first question that I got a lot is, where should I live and where did you live? So I lived in the Quad, Q-U-A-D, oh yeah, and I loved it. I lived in the Quad my freshman year in 2017. I stayed in Crandall on the first floor, and Quad is definitely an experience. That's what I'm gonna call it. The Quad experience is like no other. I think I chose to live in the Quad because of the historical aspect to it. I wanted that sisterhood. I came from an all-girls school, and so I really wanted that sisterhood. I wanted the historical experience of staying in the Quad. I wanted to be able to say that blah, blah, blah. I wanted to be able to say that I got the Quad experience my freshman year. And then it was funny because the year after that, Quad was closed for renovations. So I'm just happy that I got to live like in the Quad before they renovated it and got that experience. And so whenever anyone asks me where they should live, I always say Quad, because you have your other 3 years to live in like a fancy dorm or a fancy apartment. But this is your first year in college. Like, come on guys, your first year at Howard, do it right, pick the Quad. Okay, question number 2, what organizations do I suggest joining? Now this is kind of a difficult question to answer straight off the bat, because I don't think there's one organization that is perfect for everyone, and once you get onto campus, you'll see what I mean. When it comes to joining Howard organizations, you really want it to be genuine. I really encourage you guys to take the time, do your research, and see what organization that you feel like you would best be able to serve, that you would best be able to bring the most of your true authentic self to that organization, and that's the organization that you should probably try and join. Don't be afraid to reach out to people in those organizations to find out more, to see what they're really about. I think if there was some advice I wish I had gotten my freshman year was to take everything with a grain of salt. If your first choice doesn't work out, something that we always hear at Howard is, what's for you will never pass you. And I wish that someone had told me that like the first week of my freshman year, because it just seemed like everything was just, you know, I was new. I came from a high school where I had everything sort of easy, and what you're gonna find when you come to Howard is that it's just full of so many amazing people from amazing backgrounds, and where they come from, they're the best. Howard is the school for the best. So you're competing against the best. I mean, we call it the Mecca. So don't get discouraged, because like we always say, what's for you will never pass you. Make sure you're doing your research and you're bringing your true authentic self to everyone that you meet, because that will get you so far at Howard University. Okay, so my third question, parties. Which parties to go to? Do you have to pay for parties? Darty versus class? Oh man, partying at Howard is definitely a lifestyle. However, you always have to remember why you're here, why you're paying $40,000 a year. You're here to get that education, you're here to get that degree, you're here to network. And so, yes, party. I mean, college, Howard wouldn't be Howard without the parties. But if it's a choice between Darty or class, I suggest that you open up Blackboard and see what that grade is, and then maybe decide if you should go to Darty, or if you should go to class. Paying for parties. Oh, do y'all know what a Darty is? A Darty is a day party. A day party. I didn't hear about a Darty until I got to Howard. So if y'all don't know what a Darty is, it's a day party. Put it together, Darty. So, paying for parties. I mean, yeah, freshman year I was paying for parties. I mean, it is what it is. If you know someone who's throwing the party, or you're a promoter for the party, you could definitely get in for free. But definitely my freshman week, I was paying for parties. And freshman week, you're gonna be paying for parties too. It's just a fact of life, pay your dues, get into that party, meet people. Maybe you'll meet whoever's throwing that party. Maybe next time you'll get in for free. Who knows? But you're gonna be paying for parties, and it is what it is. Just accept it and move on. Yeah, but I mean, I don't suggest really any parties to stay away from. I think that's a personal choice. But if you have priorities, always make sure you get your done first before you head over to that party. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But definitely, as I got older, kind of stopped going to parties. More of a brunch girl. DC brunch is a big thing. And if y'all want another video on all my favorite brunch spots, because I have a ton, let me know down below, because I could talk about brunch all day long. Okay, so next question, number 4, I think, is how do you get around? How do you get around DC? So, guys, I hope I'm not talking too fast. I feel like I'm talking really fast. I hope I'm not talking too fast. Okay, let me slow down. Alright, so how do I get around in DC? So my freshman year, I tried to take the metro because it's definitely really accessible from campus. It connects you to everywhere around DC, there's the red line and the silver and the green and all that. But I kind of stopped. I mainly take Ubers right now. Just because walking to the metro and then the metro itself, I feel like sometimes it's faster to take an Uber, and then a lot of times if you're splitting it with people, it ends up being cheaper than taking the metro. So if you're traveling by yourself, the metro might be the best option. Uber, however, can become cheaper than the metro if you're traveling with a group. And then if you're going to a party or if it's late at night, you definitely depending on the time, you won't be able to take the metro, so you'll have to take an Uber. Just make sure that you're being safe about it, especially if you're by yourself. Make sure a friend has your location, someone knows where you're going and what time you're supposed to be there, because you definitely hear horror stories all over the United States about Ubers, people getting snatched up in the Ubers, so be careful. But whether it's a metro or Uber situation, it's personal preference. Kind of depends on your lifestyle, your pockets, metro or Uber. Sometimes it's let's just take the metro, guys. It's cheap. I don't got no money. It's, the end of the month. I haven't got my allowance yet. Whatever it is, my job hasn't paid me. You never know. So, number 6, finding a mentor. Mentorship at Howard is a huge thing, and honestly I think it's a beautiful thing. I don't see mentorship at my friends' other schools like I do at Howard, and I think it's because the people who come to Howard really have a passion for uplifting others, kind of showing them the way. The Mecca can be kind of a scary place when you're new, and it can be a little confusing. I mean, from academics to socials, it can be a lot. And so I love that mentorship is something that we really pride ourselves on. However, it can kind of be a negative thing if the mentor and mentee relationship or bond isn't conducive to the environment. And so what I would say is there's going to be a lot of people that want to be your mentor. You're going to hear the word mentor a lot. I just want to tell y'all not to rush into any mentor-mentee relationships. The person who you choose to be your mentor should be someone who really has your best interest at heart, someone you have things in common with, you see yourself kind of emulating them in the future, and they can kind of show you the way around Howard. If you find that your mentor relationship is not helpful in any way, then you should, that shouldn't be a relationship that you're in. Hopefully you have someone that you can go to and say, hey, this isn't working out, like, how do I kind of get out of this situation? And if you're watching this video like 6 months from now and you're in a relationship like that, don't be afraid to reach out to me. Send me a message on Instagram or whatever, because that's not okay. And you definitely need people around you.
Oh, y'all, it's our package. My package is here.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, you definitely need people around you who are going to uplift you in positive ways. So that's what I'll say on that. And then the last question I got is, how big is campus? I heard that sometimes people are late for class even when they live on campus. Now, if you're late for class and you live on campus, that is your own fault. There's no way you should be late for class and you live on campus. I lived in Towers, which is like the farthest on-campus dorm. It's literally behind the McDonald's. And I mean, if I was late for class, it was my own fault. If I was late for class, it's because like I overslept or I was just lollygagging and didn't make it a priority to be at class on time. But if I left my dorm with like 10 minutes to get to class, like I was always on time, even if I had to go up to the yard. Oh, and the shuttle system is way better now, guys. Like, they really updated it. And so even if you live the farthest off campus that you possibly can, the shuttle is gonna come and it's gonna take you straight up to the yard, and it's like, boom, you're there in like 4 minutes. So there's really no reason you should be late for class. Okay, guys, so as I was planning out this video, I reached out to my friends from school, and I kind of let them know, hey, I'm trying to make this video. Do you guys have any advice for the freshmen that you wish you got your freshman year? And so I just have a couple of notes it kind of just sparked a conversation within my friend group. I'm not sure, like, no, I am sure that this advice is helpful. After talking with my friends, it's definitely advice that I want to share with you guys. So bear with me. This is something that I actually kind of touched on earlier when we were talking about organizations.
Here's your reminder. Return my makeup.
Oh. Thank you, Alexa. Y'all, I have to return that El Maquillage, the concealer, not the foundation. And I don't know if it's been over 2 weeks and they might be charging me, but Alexa reminded me I gotta return it. So I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier when I was talking about organizations. But I really want to stress to you guys again that whole what's for you will not pass you conversation that we had. You're going to see so many amazing black and brown people surrounding you. You're in such an amazing space, and sometimes what that means is you're competing against the best. You're competing against people such as yourself. And so, something that I wish that I knew was that, don't get discouraged if you don't succeed the first time. Don't get discouraged if you don't make it into that organization that you thought you wanted to be in, or make that team, or make that club, or whatever it is, because there is something out there for you. That's the thing. Howard has so many opportunities. Your passion is out there. You just have to take the time to find it, and do not give up. Please, guys, don't give up, because if you give up, you're only cheating yourself. And I'm speaking from experience. So the next piece of advice we came up with for you guys is, you don't need to change who you are to fit in at Howard. And that's some advice that my mom gave to me. I came from a predominantly white high school. It was an all-girls Catholic school. And I felt like, you know, I was a certain way, and I felt like who I was, I might not fit in with the other. And my mom sat me down and she said, do not change who you are to fit in at Howard, because people are either going to love you for who you are or they're not going to want to be friends with you, and either way, it's fine. But if you're not your most authentic self, people are going to know, and people will know. And so, you know, that's all I'm going to say. There are people out there for you. There's a group out there for you, so don't even worry about it. Okay guys, so my third piece of advice for y'all is to, you know, you don't need to enter Howard with a whole bunch of friends. Like, it's okay not to have 100 friends during freshman week. I know some of y'all may be in group chats and group me's, and it's really important right now, especially because we don't have ASD and Bison Prep to really kind of get y'all acclimated to the campus and get y'all to meet new people. But when you step foot on campus, you know, try to branch out. It's okay not to have 100 friends the first week. Be genuine in your interactions and try and meet new people, you know. Networking is important, and you don't want to block your blessings by not putting yourself out there enough. So, I mean, I could talk about Howard forever. I know y'all still have 1,001 questions, and I want to help y'all in any way that I can. So if there's anything that I didn't touch on that y'all wish that I did, or if there's anything that I did touch on that y'all want me to elaborate on, please, you know, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram, because I want to be a resource to you guys, and I know that my peers do as well. So if you guys follow anyone who is currently a Howard student, don't be afraid to reach out to them, because we know how much of a stressful time this is. So my camera is acting crazy, and I don't want this video to be long because I want it to be as helpful as possible. So I'm going to stop it right here, y'all, but thanks so much for watching, and share this with a fellow HU24 Bison if you can. And yeah, guys, I'll see y'all in a couple days. Bye.